Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. And welcome back to In My Opinion. I just wanted to talk to you all about the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion, honey. If this is part one, I hate to see part two and three. Child, when I tell you Karen and Monique snatched my edges, let's get into it. Okay, so they sit down, and everybody's gathered around in their yellow, and you got Robin sitting over there looking like a cheetah girl. First of all, I don't know what the cheetah-licious hair is going on with Robin. They start going in on Giselle and her fashions. And so, Karen brought it to the forefront because that's what Karen does. The Grand Dame never, ever disappoints. And honey, when I tell you she earned that front seat, she earned that seat next to Andy. Okay? So they start asking all the ladies what they feel about Giselle's style, and Giselle's just sitting there taking it. And then Karen goes, they couldn't wait for me to bring this up because they've been wanting to tell her. And then they go to her good Judy over here, Robin. Robin says, why would you ask me that? And you know what I've been noticing about Robin? Robin's starting to get a little backbone against Giselle. Because, I think this is like the third time I've heard Robin actually have something kind of negative to say. The first time was when Giselle came into her grand opening with her remodel of the house she was remodeling and flipping the sale and acted a dang on fool. And she was upset about that, and she demanded that Giselle apologize to her, as she should. Then, when they were all sitting around and Karen revealed that Jamal lives in the phone, Robin said, you know what? You should let us in a little bit more into your personal relationships. We let you into ours. And Giselle's mouth was wide open like, I know you in line. That was number two. And then here on the reunion, Andy said, well, Robin, what do you feel about Giselle's style? And Giselle looks at Robin, and Robin says, now, why would you put me in that position? Why would you ask me that? Wendy yells across, tell the truth and shame the devil. Child, I ain't heard that since 1982. Okay. But Robin proceeds to say the most politically correct thing that she can say while still trying to be a friend to Giselle. She says, she has a very unique style. It's for her. It's not for me. Ting. And everybody looking like, girl, now you know dang on well. But while we on the subject of her dress, her style of dress, Robin, you look like a linebacker. Your shoulders are so broad in that extra tight Fashion Nova dress with that hair that they done put a little bit of paint on. Got you looking like somebody's cheetah. Child, okay, look, let's just keep going. Okay, so as we're going on, then we start to talk about Dr. Wendy and her 4 degrees. And let me just say this. I am one for education. I'm all about getting your degree, doing your thing, being a woman of stature, being a woman that actually brings something to the table besides backshot photos on Instagram and traveling to and from while a man puts the bill. I'm all for that. But it's all in the way that you present it. So the way that Wendy was coming off, the viewers, myself included, felt like she was kind of putting them down. Like, I have 4 degrees. What have you done? Honey, let me tell you something. Anybody can get a degree. Any old body. You stick in there long enough, 4 years, you got it. You ain't got nothing else to do. You want some financial aid so you can buy yourself a car. You go 4 more years and get you another one. And then when you want to go back because your money running a little low, because professional students tend not to have a lot of money because they've racked up all these student loans. So you go back to school yet again for 2 more years, get that financial aid money. Or is it just me? I'm just saying, get that financial aid money and get another degree and another degree and another degree. But I digress. But what I did understand Wendy to say is that, being of a Nigerian descent, she is held to a higher standard when it comes to education. And I've actually had some Nigerian friends, and this is absolutely true. So it may just be the way that they come off because they do have a very aggressive speak, but they're all about education. It's very important to them. So Wendy, I just want to let you know that I am thoroughly impressed with all of your degrees and the way you carry yourself, I must admit. But Ashley, wasn't so fond of the way you checked her when you said Dr. Wendy. Okay? Ashley did not like that. I did feel like Ashley articulated herself well to let you know, hey, I feel like you were coming off rather aggressive. And I don't think she meant aggressive in a colorism way. I think she actually meant your tone was aggressive. I mean, you were leaning all over the table to let her know that you were a doctor. So, I mean, if it were me, I would kind of feel like you were being aggressive as well. But let's move on from that, child. What I want to address is how Monique paid Candace dust, honey. It's the ignoring Candace for me. It's the binder not for lazy reads for me. It's Monique acting like y'all were going to X her out because she wasn't on this season much for me. It's the way that she shut Giselle up for me. It's the way that Karen put the nail in the coffin for me. Honey, it was everything, honey. Let me tell you something. When Giselle thought that she was going to get all these girls together and rally them all up and make this one huge alliance against Monique, yeah, Monique wasn't on this season much because nobody wanted to film with her. But honey, her and T'Challa was at the house, child, going down to the Hobby Lobby, getting everything they needed to get this binder together. She done color-coded these tabs by name. She wrote everything out, printed out pictures of each and every one, and put it in that binder, honey, and she was ready for war. Do you hear me? So when Giselle was sitting back thinking yet another reunion she was going to get to clown and say what she had to say and make Monique feel some kind of way, Monique said, you know what? I've been waiting all season to address you. And today is the day. But before she did that, Karen let it be known that people were saying that Jamal had 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 baby mamas, allegedly. And the daddy, Giselle's dad, didn't even think that they should be together. Now, y'all tell me what you think down below. But if your own daddy and your kids, the kids that you birthed, and he helped you create, don't want you together, tell me why you think that's a good idea again. I'm just a little bit confused because I think it's to a point where Giselle is such an attractive lady that she feels like, well, wow, I mean, look at Juan and Robin, and then look at Karen and Ray, and look at Ashley and Michael, even though Michael liked to squeeze in Satu, but allegedly. But they still all have someone. And Giselle doesn't have anyone. So I do believe that her and Jamal got together and it was a scheme and a plot that Jamal set up to come at you with the bullshit. No, I'm just kidding. That's just a little Real Housewives of Atlanta reference. If you know, you know. But, Karen proceeds to say, so Giselle, I want answers. I mean, are you with Jamal? Because, Jamal lives in the phone. And, Giselle didn't want to answer her because in true Giselle fashion, she likes to throw the rock and poke the bear and then hide her hand. So she just looked at Andy to try to deflect. And she's like, Andy, are you asking me any questions? And baby, Andy shady boots too, honey, because I guess she thought he was going to move on to something else. But Andy was like, would you still be with Jamal if he had another baby? Giselle scurried all around that question, honey. She did not answer that question at all. She started talking about, we've been through a lot and, we look at things all the time and skirt. That's when Monique interjected. Oh, okay. Because, I have someone here who's been in a relationship with him for umpteen years who messaged me and fell off in my DMs. But I said, you know what? I don't play dirty. But since you decided to try to X me out of this season and make me lose my job, and you're talking about my husband and you're talking about my relationship and you're talking about things that are untrue, then I have some receipts for you. And honey, she opened that binder and started reading, honey. And when I tell you my mouth was complete, my stomach was hurt. My heart was beating fast and she wasn't even reading me. Baby, she read down verbatim and Candace tried to interject. Ashley, that's your friend. Is that what you're... Baby, Monique act like she didn't even hear Candace. Like she didn't even see Candace. She looked directly at Andy, proceeded to read it, and then she goes, 410. This ain't your man. Is that his phone number? And I think for a minute, Giselle had to think about it because I actually feel like she was about to lie about it. But she actually did admit that that was his number. And I could just tell her face lost all its color. Honey, Monique read Giselle for filth, honey. This is what the people needed. Okay? Y'all tried all season long to not give us what we needed from Monique. Y'all made this whole fight one-sided all season. But Monique said, you know what? I'm going to be able to speak my piece and I'm going to be able to show you what it really is when the reunion come around. And baby, if this is just part one, I hate to see what else she got in that binder because, she leaned over to Ashley and she said, you know, I got a binder full of receipts and they don't want me to bring those out. And Ashley was like, yeah, no one does. No. The people want the receipts. Don't listen to Ashley. We want the receipts, honey. Read everything in that binder. Go one by one by one. And everybody thinks they're squeaky clean, but we know everybody got something in the closet or something that they don't want somebody to know. I want you to read all of them, Monique. Get the girls together. Okay? The only person I wouldn't mind you sparing is Karen and Ashley because they were kind of team Monique during this season. But as far as Wendy, Candace, Giselle, and Robin, let them have it because they had no problem coming against you the entire season. And I mean, we literally saw you for 2 episodes and then you were done. But honey, you brought the girls to the yard last night. And there was nothing that Giselle could say. All she could do was simply look, mouth completely dropped, face completely cracked, while Monique got her all the way together, baby. She wore her out. Y'all know Monique got that Not for Lazy Moms podcast. Baby, Monique pulled out the binder, the Not for Lazy Reads binder, honey. Monique, you can have that if you'd like. You can take that, you can market that, you can brand that, and, Call Me Girl will work out the marketing. Just remember where you heard it here. You heard it on In My Opinion, okay? I just don't want you to forget that. But baby, she pulled out her Not for Lazy Reads binder, proceeded to open it up. She read Giselle for filth, and then Karen comes in and puts the nail in the coffin. And after Monique says, and you come on here every season with a different man, can't keep a man, as Marlo say, can't keep a broke man. Okay. And you want to play dirty. So now I'm going to play dirty. And then she said, I hope he's sitting behind you, Pastor Holy Whore. Allegedly. I got to make sure I say allegedly, honey, because I don't want y'all pulling down my video I'm talking about the church and I love the Lord, okay? But New Birth got some scandals off up and through, allegedly. So then she says, I hope he's sitting behind you this reunion. And then Karen goes, will Jamal be here? And Giselle says, no, of course not. And scene. Honey, the girl. Look, listen up, Atlanta. Okay. We're getting into it a little bit, and I'm very excited for Atlanta, and I want to see what it's going to be like without Queen Nene. I want to see what you ladies are going to give. But baby, they are giving season 9 Atlanta Housewives reunion tease here, and I am waiting for the other shoe to drop. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. I hope it don't get too heavy. But Andy even tweeted while they were doing the reunion that it was an 11-hour filming and he needed a drink. Okay. And supposedly it's supposed to be a meltdown happening here where Giselle is supposed to break down. And I mean, I have to admit, y'all, I felt a little bad for Giselle on the inside for like just a split second. But then I remember that she has no shame in hurting other people. It's like she actually gets joy out of it. And Wendy, I also wanted to bring to your attention that you need to watch the things that you listen to that Giselle tells you, because Giselle likes to lie. 2 seasons ago, she lied to Robin about the girls not wanting to wait for her downstairs because she wanted to spend all the time alone with Robin, but the shady producers made sure that they showed that clip So we showed that Giselle was a liar. And then she put words in Karen's mouth by saying you were a floozy freelancer, which Karen never stated. And now she's saying that Karen allegedly stated that you were too dark to fit in with Potomac girls. I would not buy nothing Giselle's saying, honey. Don't buy nothing she's selling. I'm just telling you. I mean, I know you're an educated woman. You can come to these conclusions on your own, but I'm just trying to offer advice. And if I were you, I would take everything that she says with a grain of salt. But that's all I have for y'all today, honey. And I cannot wait for part 2. Once again, like I said, the edges were snatched, honey. I'm hoping that I can get my edges back before part 2. And I just want you guys to comment down below. Tell me how you feel about the first episode of the reunion. Tell me things that I may have missed, something I may have overlooked. I thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Spread love, not germs. Peace.